In 79 AD, a Roman library was swallowed whole by a mountain, but nobody has ever finished digging it out, and the reason why is stranger than the eruption itself. You were taught that Pompeii was the tragedy. Herculaneum was worse. A pyroclastic surge 600 degrees buried the town in 20 meters of volcanic rock in minutes, and underneath one villa, a mansion so massive historians think it belonged to Julius Caesar's own father-in-law, sat a private library. Scrolls. Hundreds of them, rolled tight, shelved in wooden cases waiting for someone to read them. Nobody came back, not for 1,650 years. In the 1750s, tunnelers digging wells for a Bourbon king hit something hard underground. Not rock. Cylinders, black, brittle, shaped like charcoal logs. Workers tossed some aside as trash. One tried smoking a scroll like a cigar before someone stopped him. What they'd actually found were nearly 2,000 papyrus scrolls, cooked instantly by volcanic heat, carbonized into fragile black tubes, Greek philosophy, most of it from a library nobody knew still existed. The only library from the ancient world ever recovered fully intact, not copied, not translated by monks centuries later. The original ink, the original hand, sealed in ash like a fossil. And it gets stranger. Early attempts to unroll the scrolls destroyed them. Literally crumbled to dust between men's fingers. One Vatican priest spent decades inventing a machine, silk threads, glue, agonizing patience, to peel them open a millimeter at a time. He unrolled a few hundred. It took him most of his life. Hundreds more scrolls sat untouched for 2 more centuries because opening them meant destroying them. A library you could see. A library you couldn't read, sealed shut by the very disaster that preserved it. But here's what doesn't add up. The tunnelers in the 1750s didn't map the whole villa. They dug shafts, grabbed what they could reach, and stopped. Deeper floors of that mansion, a lower level, maybe 2, were mapped, noted, and then abandoned. Nobody sealed off the mystery and moved on to safer ground. Modern archaeologists believe there's a second library down there, a Latin one. Roman villas of that class almost always kept twin libraries, Greek and Latin, side by side. If it exists, it could hold lost plays, lost histories, entire vanished books of Aristotle we only know secondhand. And it has sat there, mapped but untouched, for 250 years. Here's the part they don't put in the textbook. The reason nobody finished digging isn't mystery, and it isn't curse. It's real estate. The modern Italian town of Herculaneum was built directly on top of the buried villa. Homes, streets, plumbing, generations of families with deeds to that land. Fully excavating the lower floors means demolishing a living town, block by block, and Italy has never had the money or the political will to do it. Funding gets approved for surface work, then quietly diverted. Superintendencies change hands, budgets reset. Every few decades a new official promises the next phase, and every few decades that promise dies in committee. Meanwhile, the scrolls that were recovered sat in Naples, too fragile to open until 2023, when researchers finally used CT scanners and artificial intelligence to read the ink inside sealed, unopened scrolls without touching them. They found actual words. A philosopher's argument about pleasure, sitting unread since Rome burned. It proved the rest of the library, wherever it is, could be read without ever being destroyed. And still, the ground above it has not been touched, so sit with that. There is an intact Roman library, larger than the one we already have, sitting under working plumbing and family homes in southern Italy, fully mapped, technically reachable, and functionally frozen by paperwork and property lines. Every other lost library in history, Alexandria, Nineveh, Baghdad, was destroyed by fire or war, gone for good. This one isn't gone. It's just inconvenient, which means the actual barrier between us and whatever the Romans knew, whatever plays and histories and philosophies we assume vanished forever, might not be time or fire at all. It might be a zoning dispute. Ask yourself what else lost forever really just means buried under someone's living room. So which is it down there? A second library that reshapes what we know about Rome, or nothing at all, and 250 years of excuses over an empty hole?